Robbery in progress at Lakeside Bank on West Jackson Boulevard. Be advised, assailants are armed and dangerous. Getaway car is a black Pontiac Trans Am heading southbound on South Clark Street.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Mr. Bepic stream, where tonight I am bringing you the first high school showcase hosted on my channel. For those of you that watch Tuesday Night Lights or Monday Night Lights or Friday Night Lights, you'll know the format. It's just show matches, but we are moving to the high school level, and for my first series ever, I have brought in a guy that was playing at this level not too long ago, Mr. Demented Sheep. Sheep, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm definitely excited to cast some of these high schoolers. I don't think I've ever casted a high school game before, but man, I know what some high schoolers can do, having played there a few years ago myself, and I'm definitely excited to see what these guys can bring to the table.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a good evening. I'm very excited, and I was telling Sheep earlier that I genuinely don't know if these series are going to be close, if they're going to be blowouts. All I have is the average rank of the teams playing tonight. And the 4 teams that were brave enough to play while they're still technically on summer vacation, the 2 we have up first, Ohio Virtual Academy, a Stride Esports League team, and then West Catholic High School up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, competing today. They're around the GC2 level, and then our next show match is going to be Dixon High School, a VESL school, versus Prosper High School, a top 4 team in the HSEL this past season. So, I mean, Sheep, you're a guy that loves the game. Like, these show matches, if you're playing in them, are you taking them seriously, or at the high school level, are you trying to, like, show off your stuff to do something post-high school with Rocket League?
Well, I mean, of course, I take every game of Rocket League seriously, and that's kind of a little bit of a downfall, you know. Some ranks, you know, it takes a little bit too seriously sometimes, but also, you gotta show off some stuff a little bit. I mean, I wasn't going to college for Rocket League until literally like 2 months until my deadline. So if these guys can pull out some like last minute stuff, some last minute tricks, show off what they got, but also take it seriously at the same time and just make it a good series.
Well, let's hope for a good series. That is all we can hope for as we put these impressive young high school talents on display. Ohio Virtual Academy in blue and West Catholic High School in orange. And the high school showcase #1 has officially kicked off. And we have one player with a blank tag. I don't know why. That's Funy Face. for West Catholic. But Keller and the Mains joining him on the pitch on the orange side. And then this Ohio Virtual Academy team, one that I'm very familiar with. They're an online program, the string of virtual academies that play in the Stride Esports League and in the K-12 Esports League. But these guys have been competing together for a while. Sith just finished his freshman year. He's an SSL, insanely impressive. And then Bill Pickles on the other side of the age spectrum just graduated. And this is one last ride for the team. I'm very excited to watch them play one more time. I got to cast them a lot a couple of years ago. And here we go, in a minute again. It's fairly close. Very back and forth. It's a fight for possession.
But I mean, right now what I'm seeing is, I feel Sith, you were just talking about him, the freshman in high school, which is crazy. He's been dominating, I feel. I mean, I saw him go for like a sidewall psycho, which he actually had a very good touch with. It was on the backboard, but it looks like he's been very much in control of the ball. But both these teams seem to know what they're doing. Definitely, they're both very good. Ohio seems to have a little bit more pressure. And I mean, yeah, we could be seeing a goal here any second as Main puts a shot on net. But yeah, really back and forth right now. And no one, I think they're trying to feel it out. Nobody's really biting on anything. Nobody's really going for any show-off type of stuff. But I'd be excited to see what these guys can do once they get a little bit more comfortable in the series.
And I love that it's a serious show match right now. These guys want to win so far. There's no showboating just yet, though. As teams get confident, I imagine we will see some flashier plays, because I know the players on the field are more than capable. And at the moment, it's just about getting a little bit of control here in game one. But Sith is one of those guys that can expend a little bit of flash on the pitch, and he's playing the ball backwards a little bit. Keller's trying to take advantage of it, almost found a ground double as 3 blue cars open up a lane to shoot, and just barely does that ball cross the plane of the net, and Funiface going to find the opening goal for West Catholic.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of just communication on the side of Ohio. It looked like a triple commit on defense, which is something you never really want to do, but that shot was placed very well backwards. I think, especially with the speed that it had, if that was anywhere else in the net, it wouldn't have gone in, but still, it's very close, and it was just one tiny little defensive mistake there that cost Ohio the goal. Bill Pickles going to try to take this downfield, pass it over to Rachel.
Oh!
That's not right. Rachel gets a dunk. It's in the net. What even happened? I was focused on the guy's name.
Look at how he reads this.
Faked one. Wow, that is crazy. That was a beautiful fake, and then just read the defender like a book.
All right, Raids is Raid is his name. The extra L at the end is, yeah, I get you, throwing you off.
Yeah, just Raid, got it.
But still, what a play! Like, he jumped up for that from a mile away and played the path of the ball perfectly. And that's the kind of confidence that I have grown to love watching this Ohio Virtual Academy team play with. But Bill Pickles almost gave one up. Keller on top of it. And West Catholic, they are not afraid to push up in the offensive zone, though in transition. They've now given up another 2-1 over.
Raid literally just, he dimed the ball to Sith, and Sith beautifully passes it right onto the nose of Bill Pickles, and that is some beautiful teamwork right there from Ohio to get them up 1 goal with just over a minute left.
2-1, 90 seconds to go. We were silent for a while when it came to goal scoring to open up the series, as teams were getting adjusted to the show match format. I mean, these are seasoned teams when it comes to competing with one another, but you know, you don't get a show match where you are the sole focus for a solid hour all that often. And they're doing well under the spotlight at the moment. Ohio Virtual Academy really gaining some steam, though. They nearly found their third right there, but rate was just off.
Sith is going to try to clear up the defense here, puts it to the side for Bill Pickles. Gets in Bill Pickles' way a little bit, though. This might be a shot for Funiface. Funiface gets 50'd off by Raid, though. Sith is going to cleanly beat Emains to the ball. Keller, though, confident on defense, is going to try to get some control here. Keller looking for downfield, but he got bumped. Funiface is on the ball. Bill Pickles kind of beats him to it. Sith gets beaten. It's out in middle. Maybe someone's there. Bill Pickles is out of boost, and the ball goes in from Keller off of a center clear. The defender had no boost, and beautiful capitalization by West Catholic.
That challenge in the corner from Bepic is what gets that ball into a still position. With Bill Pickles, no boost on the goal. I don't care how good you are not saving that. Difficult spot to be in. And West Catholic do well to find an equalizer late, flexing a bit of clutch factor as well. I mean, game 1, it's not exactly game 7, like win or go home, but still, you want to start the series off on the right foot, and Sith is trying to get it back for his team, but instead it's turned the other way. West Catholic now with an opportunity, this time stopped by Bill Pickles on the goal line, and seconds to go now in regulation. We're fighting for possession here. Ova trying to get out. West Catholic trying to keep control, maybe put one last shot on target, but overtime looking like the most likely outcome here unless Sith can do something magic, which he could. Double tap, no good. Bill Pickles keeps the ball up, and Raid is going to slow us down. He's got no boost though, and West Catholic should get this away to overtime.
Sith might have a chance here, but that he just gets hard challenged, and yeah, now we got it overtime. I mean, I know you said you didn't know if this was going to be a close series or if it was going to be really one-sided. I mean, we have overtime in game 1, right? This is going to be a close series, and I'm definitely really excited to see who has that extra little clutch factor, as you were saying, to be able to pull off not just this win in game 1, but the win in what's definitely going to be a close series. Sith has 70 boosts, might try and take this up, but just waits for the giveaway. Very poised and collected. Bill Pickles with a shot here. The defender's stuck. Defender somehow gets the ball out of the net. He's on his back. Beauty face. He's going to take it to the wall. Ball gets cleared. Keller needs to go back for boost. Might have had a shot there if he had some boost. Sith is going to put this on net. It's off the back foot for Keller. Raid is there. It's 50. Beauty face. Going to try to chase this with 20 boost. Might get a pinch out middle. Over 1. It's out middle. Bill Pickles is awkward. It's a shot off the backboard. Sith is there. Misses the touch. Keller might have a pop-up here. Rachel to the wall. Rachel gets into his teammate's way. He might have a shot, but Sith puts it to the corner. Sith might have a counterattack here. Gets out middle, but no. It is cut off. Beauty face downfield. Bill Pickles keeps it in. This is so back and forth right now. So many shots being had. And it's just whoever is going to break first is going to take this. Or, sorry, the other team will take this first game, but Sith is going to try to make sure that doesn't happen with a touch out middle, and again, it's cleared away by the defense.
I didn't expect a 90-second overtime in my first game of the high school showcase. I was wondering how close this would be, and it is as close as you could ask for so far in the set. But my Virtual Academy starting to gain more and more territory in the offensive zone, and Sith with this much space is a dangerous prospect, but he is interfered with enough there at the crossbar level. Have his opportunity stopped. Raid and Bill Pickles not quite on the same page, and so my Virtual Academy backing off for a second, but it is only a second as Sith carries the distance. Can't quite put the ball over the line. That's Bill Pickles' job. 3-2 the final. Ova take game 1.
I mean, that was just some nasty work there from Sith. There's nothing you can do as a defender. I mean, there's just, if that touch Sith got off the wall, the first one, right? It was just off the wall. But then the control touch was beautiful from Sith. And then into the reset over the defender. As a defender by yourself on a 2-on-1 with a player that good, there's just nothing you can do. And wow, I mean, that was a really nice overtime by both these teams. It was just finished by the one guy we were talking about in Sith, and it was thankfully built for him. Bill Pickles was there for that cleanup. Good job on him for being there, but that was certainly a game.
And, I mean, Sith was the difference maker, but what a close affair between both teams. Like, West Catholic playing around each other look very good at the moment. And going forward, I expect this to be very back and forth. As Sheep, unfortunately, your cam has gone out again. I don't know what...
Oh, no.
He's not on our side tonight, your camera. So, just it's blank screen Sheep at the moment. Fortunately, your audio is still fine. But Bill Pickles as well, with almost 700 points for Ohio Virtual Academy. 2 saves, 7 shots, an assist on that final goal. He had a big game as well, and he's still what's going on to play at the collegiate level. And Sheep, you might be like going from casting him to playing him at some point. He's going to be in the University of Cincinnati system, but he had quite the game as well.
Yeah, I think every single player on the field played a part in their team. I know a lot of times with high schools you'll see like it's one guy and the other two can't really keep up as much. But with these two teams, every single person is contributing, and that's something you love to see, especially out of a team like just a high school team. Like, okay, we somehow all go to the same high school and we work so well together. As that is a beautiful pass, and we have a goal 8 seconds in the game by Raid.
Well, Ohio Virtual Academy's picking up right where they left off, scoring. And it's Sith dishing this time around, finding Raid at in a great spot in the orange box. I mean, he beat 2 defenders to get to that ball, and West Catholic just a hair behind the play, now trying to recover an early deficit off kickoff.
Raid almost gets that to Funiface out in front. Sith is in the air. Another just beautiful control touch. A reset might be over the defender, but Mains is there to clear it up. Bepic is going to try to cut. Gets a flick out. Might get a bump. Funiface can clear. Might have an empty net here if he can get a rip. Raid clears it away. Just has enough boost, or full boost, to get that away. Sith with some chain dashes on the wall. I've seen that out of a high schooler. Mains is going to put the ball downfield. It's on the wall, but I don't think he has anything. No, he does not. Keller might try to get this back. Sith with the dunk. Get some pressure. That might be an empty net, but that is a beautiful touch into the corner by Funiface to keep that ball definitely out of their net and preventing this game from going 2-0. Funiface is going to try to get some control here. Bepic is just going to bull rush him. Funiface handles it perfectly though. Gets bumped for it. Sith on the wall with the ball. Gets stemmed by Keller. This might be an empty net. Teammates can hit it, and it is just wide. Keller's going to try to get this middle, but there's nothing. Just unfortunate miss hit by Mains. And West Catholic definitely putting on some pressure right now for this tying goal.
And with that pressure, they are so close to executing the ideas that you can see the glimmers of, like the small passes, the demo plays in transition. It's just maybe like one factor in their attempts on net that isn't going their way, and it's leading to Ohio Virtual Academy finding saves, now finding clears, and Sith in a somewhat scorable position. He'll set up offense for the rest of his team, leaving Raid and Bepic to set him up again. The ball goes off the ceiling, and Sith's dunk attempt is no good. Mains finds a save on the goal line, and Keller will place the ball out into the corner. He faces to clear. Now West Catholic, all the good work they did earlier to break out of defense and put together those good ideas that I was talking about, they have to do again.
Yeah, and I definitely know that they can, as Funiface is, just going to get this light little touch to keep the ball in the zone and just put some more pressure on the defense. As, I mean, Sith has boost, but Bepic, okay, now he got some as a moment, right? But, Sith is going to try to take this downfield. Gets blocked up by Keller, though. Bepic might get a double here. Gets not really the touch he wanted. Funiface might be on a 2-on-1 here. It's his empty net. Keller just needs to put it on. Raid, oh my gosh! Raid somehow skims that off the roof of his car. I don't know how he saved that. But this might be a goal. He means just missed. Keller might try to get a 50 here to get this ball off of Bepic. But man, West Catholic just put on such great pressure, but they ran out of boost. They ran out of ball, and they just needed to regroup. Now Sith the other way and slots it on him right under the defender. That is just so unfortunate for West Catholic. Sith read that ceiling bounce beautifully and just got a nice little fake just to put the ball under the defender. That is beautiful play from Sith.
And I feel for West Catholic, like Rocket League give it and Rocket League take it away.
Yep.
Like that's a painful sequence, but they got to recover. I mean, down by 2 goals now. I'm sure they feel like they should be in a tied game state at the moment, but yeah, you can't give Sith that kind of opportunity. He will beat you on the near side like that. Got to be careful. But off kickoff, West Catholic again with possession here. They'll try and make up for previous mistakes from faces in the general direction of net, but Bepic cleans up, takes it to his back wall, and gets as far as Keller in that offensive third for West Catholic. Again, good possession of the ball, but that final touch or the final couple of touches necessary to score, so it's quite there.
Yeah, and it's just some, like you literally just said, just the touches just aren't quite there. But man, West Catholic is really putting on some great pressure right now. Not even right now, but just this entire game, to be honest. Rachel's gonna try to get this fast. Gets past 2. Bepic maybe it helps him get past the third, but that was a raid effort right there, and he just beat 1, 2, and 3 defenders, just give him a 3-0 lead.
Extra touch there at the end. Like, Maines is probably getting back to that, but Rays just gets a little bit extra oomph on the ball, and that was enough to beat the entire West Catholic team. Game 1 was so close, multi-minute overtime to separate these two teams, and here, if you give West Catholic like 2 better hits on the ball when they're right out in front of the Ohio Virtual Academy net, it's probably 3-2 right now, and we're in for an intense final 30 seconds. But now they have to score 3 in the final 30. I don't know how much stock I put in their ability to do that right now, but that's still how close they were in this game. Just a couple more plays go their way, and it's another 1-goal game.
Yeah, and I just think the catalyst of this game for Ohio is just Sith has been playing phenomenally, and Raid has been also playing phenomenally, and Bill Pickles has also been. I mean, Bill Pickles has 92 points. He hasn't had to do anything, but I've seen him on the field, and it's been great. A very, very solid game by Ohio. They let up some chances, yes, but they defended West Catholic enough to where it made those chances hard to capitalize on. And in Rocket League, that's like, okay, yes, we might get scored on here, but let's just wear them down enough. Let's kill the clock enough to where it's hard for them to do that. Like, yes, they have so much pressure, but they don't have the boost for it anymore, and they have to regroup, and now they don't have pressure, and now we go the other way. And that's exactly what Sith did, especially on that second goal, and he just took it the other way and scored.
Yep, and West Catholic, like, the boost was almost there. That was the crazy Whiff City kind of play where everyone was missing the ball. And Ohio Virtual Academy did well to punish that missed opportunity of West Catholics. And to talk, like, Bill Pickles, 116 points in this game after the 750 he had in the last one. He got to sit back, let Sith and Raid do the heavy lifting here. But it still worked out. He was upfield a lot that game. I could never tell, because obviously we could only watch one player at a time, if he was getting bumps down the field or if he was stealing boosts down the field. But he was very often upfield, messing with the West Catholic rotations. And I'll have to keep a closer eye on that style of play going into Game 3. But West Catholic, they need a redemption game pretty soon.
Yep. And I'm definitely feeling a redemption game here from West Catholic. I mean, they had the chances, and I know they can capitalize on them, and I think they're going to come out in this game, and I think they're going to score an early goal, and then it's just going to be defense and pressure from the rest of the game. I think that's how this game's going to go. Just a little prediction.
All right, I respect it. Putting your money where your mouth is, but that's good pressure. Remains a shot on that had Sith saving the ball, but fairly awkwardly, though. Now he's got boost, teammate, and some extra flips and pace towards the West Catholic net. Sith is taking over. I shouldn't have named it the high school showcase. This is just the Sith showcase right here.
I mean, bear witness to this guy. That's just great mechanics. I mean, it's just all it is. You can't do anything to that. It's just a reset into just these nice little touches. And it's like the second you think, hey, he doesn't have any more touches, I can go now. He gets another touch, and it's just right over your head. So yeah, my prediction is wrong. Sorry, Sith. I was unfamiliar with your game. Sith is gonna try to get this downfield once again. Might get this out front. Might have a dibsy here, and he does. And it's just in the net again. This is a Sith showcase.
Wow. All right, a minute in, he's already got 2 phenomenal goals, and as Bill Pickles up ahead again, applying pressure to the West Catholic defense. They're having to dodge him and stop what Sith is throwing their way, and that is not easy to do. They're getting good pressure, but they need goals now. Like, it's tough to stop Ohio Virtual Academy in transition, and to add on to that, they need a pair of goals in this game at the very minimum, lest they have to reverse sweep in this best of 7.
And yeah, definitely. Wait, dude, I was thinking West Catholic won the first game. It's 2-0.
No, yeah, they're down.
They need to put some pressure on. But with the way Sith is playing, I mean, I just don't know. I don't know what there is to be done. It's just, yeah, it's just little tiny touches. But I mean, if Sith's gonna keep getting clears like that, what can you do? You can't have pressure on that.
Well,
Keller's gonna try to take this down and maybe get some of it, but it just gets demoed by Raid. Raid is gonna try to get touched. Ball's a little bit over his head. Face might get this middle. Might be a shot. Bepic is there though on the save, and just keeps that out of the net. Keeps this game from going 2-1. Bepic beats Face the ball. It means it's gonna be backward though. Clears to the corner where Keller's gonna take the ball. Sith is on. Gets a reset off the wall. Might have another. Didn't have much of a touch there. Sith off the wall. Has a flip. Gonna try to get this past one, but Face clears it away. Bepic off the backboard. Doesn't really have much, and it looks like right now Ohio's they're just playing backboard right now. They're putting it off the backboard. Okay, my bad. So
no backboard there.
With your game. I was unfamiliar with your game, so I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, that's just clean. A great shot. That's very clean, and wow, a freshman in high school.
Yeah, rising sophomore.
That's just crazy.
But he was that good. He was that good last year. I can confirm that. He's showed out. Like, he's stepping up and leading his offense. Bepic and Raid are playing around him phenomenally, and it's causing headaches on the West Catholic side. And they're getting good touches. They're stopping the ball. It's just the follow-ups at the moment that are lacking out of defense, where they just need a better placement on their clears or extra space generated with their solo plays in the midfield third. And they're not quite finding. This is an opportunity now. Sith this little boost, and Keller goes far side with a shot that is saved and then put back on the goal line. I didn't see how that happened, but still, another close shave. West Catholic, they are inches away at times from getting on the board. It's just, it's not been their night in this. Since game one, it's not been their night.
Yeah, and game one was so good for them, but it's just, as you said earlier, Rocket League give it and Rocket League take away. Right now, the touches, it's just, there's so much unluckiness to Rocket League sometimes. Just sometimes you just can't do anything about it. And right now it looks like West Catholic, they're doing the pressure. They're doing things right. They're playing well. They're actually very good players positionally. And like, some mechanically, like I've seen Face go for some stuff sometimes. Like, he's been playing very well. Oh my gosh, shit. But yeah, it's just sometimes things just don't go your way, and that's just what's been happening these last two games. But we saw what West Catholic can do in the first game, and that was definitely a very good performance from them. But they need a fast goal to turn this one around.
And to your point, though, about how West Catholic is playing a good game, like, one of the reasons I set up this showcase is to hopefully get these players in front of collegiate recruiters. Like, I'm one myself with my job at Huntington College, and I hope, I know that most recruiters are going to see how these players are playing against a team with the cohesion that Ohio Virtual Academy has, or the mechanical skill that Sith has, and appreciate the value of players that, you know, they're not winning this series, and that's okay. They're playing well the situation they're in, and at times it doesn't look great, but they've recovered nicely, and they've gotten right back to it. Several times now, they've had good opportunities in offense, and that's all you can ask for at the moment. And then in game 4, once the scoreboard resets, you get right back up and you do it again.
Yeah, and that's honestly one of the most important qualities you can have, especially entering the collegiate scene. I mean, 4 goals. I mean, they can do it. I've seen this happen. I've seen this happen. But, as I was saying, like, especially entering the collegiate scene, having, like, that mentality of, this game doesn't mean anything. We can go next, and we got the next game. Even if you're losing 5-1. Just keeping pushing is such a good thing to have, because I know a lot of people, including myself at times, that are just like, nah, I'm done. Like, they just give up, and it's so tough because you never know who's gonna step up.
Yeah.
And if like just one player's like giving up, someone else could step up and just be a shining star on that team and just turn this series around for West Catholic. And I know they can do it. And even though this series is down 3-0, I definitely think West Catholic can get a game, get a few games, and get that momentum going their way.
Yeah, they can. And momentum's a fickle thing. Once you get it on your side, it can be tough to lose sometimes. But hey, to your point, I've watched a team on land like almost get eliminated from like a group stage play in a tiebreaker at the end of a long day, get out of the tiebreaker, and then make a top 4 run in a stacked land.
Yeah,
Which,
I don't remember who was that. I don't really
Robert Morris
recall.
was the name of the team.
I don't think I've ever heard of them.
Wow. For those that don't know, Sheep was on that team at a land this past spring, but it's possible. Once you get just a little bit of momentum, you're able to reset, make a run, and we're looking at West Catholic now to do that. Sith dropped 1,000 points in that last game. Also, I know like we're kind of in podcast mode at the end of that game, but it is worth noting that he almost dropped 1,000 and is now going for several resets. But that's good defense by West Catholic.
And Keller might have something here.
Hey.
There you go. There you go, Keller. That's one. That's all. I mean, all you need is one goal to win a game, and a little bit of a defensive fumble there by Bill Tipples, and Keller just plays it beautifully around the already flipped out of position defender, and there you go. 12 seconds in, that's one goal. That's all they need.
It's a start, and West Catholic off kickoff now, looking to add on to it. Keller's got full boost and jumped for that ball off the corner wall, it looked like. It's a confident play, and it panned out for a moment. Got the ball over the midfield line, and it got half of something kick-started as we're battling for possession. In the center third, Bill Pickles to raid off the corner wall, and it couldn't come up with contact, so it's a little awkward as the third man is forced all the way back, and now must be stopped immediately.
Sith with a reset pass, gets cut off by Keller. That was almost another beautiful pass by Sith with a reset. He's very good with those resets. That's what I'm noticing. His aerial presence is, I mean, it's just phenomenal. But Keller's going to try to cut this off. Bill Pickles with the touch. Beautiful clear by Emanes. Keller with the control on the wall. Might have a flick here, might have a pass. One gets demoed by Emanes with the demo and raid. Bill Pickles going to take this down field. 50-1. Keller 0 boost. Just barely gets the boost from Bill Pickles. That is huge for West Catholic to be able to keep this ball out of the net. But Sith gets a beautiful shot, and that is just top of the net, like 120 kilometers per hour. I don't know what that is in American units,
74.
but that is just a great shot and great placement by Sith to tie this game.
74 miles per hour, tucked underneath the crossbar, and that pass from Raid as well was phenomenal. He trusted Sith to be right there, because he knows Bill Pickles is in front of him, and if that ball is given up to West Catholic, they've got momentum going the other way, which, speaking of which, they almost just found a second goal right there. Sith had to come in and save the ball off his own post, but 90 seconds in, we are still tied at 1 apiece. Ohio Virtual Academy have answered, but West Catholic still making them work for it.
Bill Pickles gets a nice touch, and that's just, it's unsavable. We saw Sith doing some stuff like that, but now Sith with the pass and Bill Pickles, I mean, you can't get a better touch on that ball. And your only hope as a defender is to put that up on the backboard, but I think Uniface was just a little bit out of boost there, and just, it's just so hard to do that. Keller's going to try to take this on the wall, but he gets just rocketed downfield. Raid with a little bit of a miss. Nice shots himself in chat. Keller going to take this off the ceiling. Might have a shot on his own net. Sith? He's going to sneak that through? I'm not really sure what just happened there.
I think Bill Pickles was going off the ceiling here, so Keller was trying to stop him. And I don't blame him trying to get in the way of an OVA player with space off the ceiling. So once he realized Bill Pickles didn't have a shot, he let his teammates handle it. But by then, the damage to the rotations were done, and Sith had an easy cleanup right there. And now again off the sidewall is testing that West Catholic defense, but Faces makes a great save, and Emanes on the follow-up play gets a block as well.
And it's starting to look like now that every time West Catholic gets the ball, they're getting boost stolen and they're getting demoed. And that is definitely a very good way to play Rocket League for Ohio, is if you get some pressure, just start killing and start boost stealing. And you see it with Keller being out of boost, but Emanes is there to be able to make a save on the goal line. He means might have a shot here, but kind of gets bumped by Keller a little bit. That's just unfortunate. Funny Phoenix is going to take this off the ceiling. Gets blocked away by Sith. Bill Pickles downfield off the backboard. Sith is there, but he means gets a touch to the corner. Keller might try to put this middle, but Raid is there for the catch. Phoenix face off the wall. Sith beats everybody to that ball. He means it's in the corner now, and it's a lot of wall play right now. We're not really seeing anyone midfield, or sorry, we're not seeing the ball really go to anyone in the midfield. But Bill Pickles might have something to say about that. I think he might try to get this out to Raid. There's a beautiful cutoff by Keller. Sith with a shot on net. Emanes is there, makes the save. Ball's on the goal line. And just, yeah, there's just honestly not a whole lot going on right now. Sith, though, might have something to say about that with a reset and another beautiful cutoff by Keller.
I love how West Catholic is trying to play at the same level as Ohio Virtual Academy. Like, they're going off the ceiling for challenges. They're trusting themselves on the goal line, and the crossbar is going to thwart what should have been their reward. Oh, and Sith's gonna save the follow-up. Man, I mean, it's difficult for West Catholic to keep up, but they're doing it. Now down by just one goal with a minute left. I mean, they're in this thing, and it looked flashy.
They are 100% within reach of this game, and that last 25 seconds of that pressure there just shows, like, that West Catholic had so many chances, and they were finally able to sneak one home off of a beautiful pinch read by Emanes. Let's just see if West Catholic can keep that pressure up. Sith might have a double touch here, and it's just in their net off of a team pinch, off of a double touch. What are you doing, Sith? What is this? And Bill Pickles.
I don't know. I mean, it's tough to stop. Sith is so fast to make that read, and had some help there at the end as well, but I think Bill Pickles is getting that read regardless of whether or not it goes off of a defender. And now here he is again on the next play. He's trying to quickly add a fifth to the Ohio Virtual Academy tally. Raid off the post. We'll have that ball cleared away by West Catholic. Almost converted into a third. You feel like they needed that one. I mean, they could get maybe one more shot on and have a hope on 0 seconds, but with Ova going the other way, it's looking like a sweep for Ohio Virtual Academy. Their last run as a unit might go one more game unless we have some. We can see some crazy stuff here.
I've seen it before. 3 seconds. That is so much time for a kickoff. I want to see a Spanish. I want to see a fake kickoff. I want to see something here out of West Catholic. That would just make my day.
All right.
Let's just see how this goes. And it's on the ground. Bill Pickles is gonna keep this up though.
You gotta. Let's see what West Catholic's got here.
Face has boost. I'm rooting for West Catholic right now. Just in this one little goal here. I want to see overtime. It might be middle. Keller might not be able to get there, and the ball drops at 0 seconds. And that is a sweep by Ohio over West Catholic.
That was fun though. Game 4 especially, when West Catholic started playing with, like, I mean, it's reckless abandon because they have to play that way. They have to play that way. Yep. Against Ohio Virtual Academy, like, when you're outclassed like that, a little bit mechanically, when they started going off the ceiling, just getting the face of Ova, like, that was working for them, and I can appreciate that style change. But Ohio Virtual Academy, like, they look solid all the way through. It was clear they've got the chemistry of playing a full season together as a team. It helps when Sith is the highest ranked player in the lobby, and the other two guys just played around him phenomenally and had their moments themselves.
Yep. And like for West Catholic, I mean, man, I totally just lost my thought. They played very, very well. I know it was a sweep, right? Mm-hmm. But they shined. They had their moments, and bounces were just not going their way this game. And Sith and Ohio, it's just, I'm so excited to see what all 6 of those players can do in the collegiate scene, especially Sith, and I am so thankful that I will be out of college by the time it gets there, because man, I do not want to face that. But because I mean, he, yeah, we watched, we all watched,
Yep.
and saw what Sith just did, and that was phenomenal. And his two teammates were phenomenal, and West Catholic was also phenomenal. They just very good high school play all around. My high school was we're nowhere near that. Those games would have been blowouts.
Well, that is the kind of talent on display in the showcase tonight. We got 2 series on the docket here. We just saw our first one, Ohio Virtual Academy and West Catholic. It ended up a 4-0 for OVA. One last ride for them, but West Catholic showed why they're a Michigan school. Michigan High School Rocket League and Collegiate Rocket League is just stacked for whatever reason, and they looked very good tonight. But Prosper versus Dixon is the big primetime match of the evening. Prosper High School is coming off of a top 4 placement at HSEL Nationals this past spring, and Dixon finished runners-up in the VESL North Carolina High School League. So this one should be a banger. It's coming up at the top of the hour. I'm gonna see if the players want to start early, but as always, that's up to them. I scheduled them for the top of the hour, so I'm never gonna make them join early. But Sheep, I know you have to exit after this one. I appreciate you joining me tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Always excited to be able to come and cast just some great Rocket League. Love casting some great Rocket League, and especially on these streams, it's great. I know like a lot of the viewers, they're all great people, and it's always fun being able to come out and cast these.
Heck yeah. All right, break time. I'm going to run ads during the break to take out pre-roll ads for the next series, so I apologize in advance for the advertisements you're going to see. But you got 20 minutes before the next series, so I promise you are not missing anything except for a break screen and some synth waves. So I will see you in just a little bit, but please return for Dixon versus Prosper coming up in a little bit. Welcome back to the High School Showcase, episode number 1. We only have 2 series tonight, but that doesn't mean this next one isn't going to be a banger. It's Dixon High School from North Carolina versus Prosper High School out of Texas. And because we have a Texan team playing, I had to bring in the Texas Rocket League expert, Mr. Hooded Mexican. Hooded, how you doing, my friend?
Yo, I'm doing great. I'm so excited to watch Prosper High School play against these guys. Listen, I will try not to be too biased here, but I am the Texas Rocket League guy, and I am constantly saying come root for the Texas players here and there, so it's gonna slip up a little bit. You know, I'm gonna slip up and I'm gonna cheer a little louder for them. Sorry.
That's okay. I knew full well bringing you on which side you were biased a little bit towards. So that's all right. If you're in Texas and interested in the Rocket League community there, definitely hit up Hooded. He runs the account you probably see if you have anything affiliated with Texas on Twitter. But Dixon High School is a team out of North Carolina. They competed in the VESL League this past year, the big North Carolina High School League, and they were the runners-up in the entire state, second best team in North Carolina, who have a solid esports presence as a state. So this should be a very, very good match. As Prosper, I mean, at a national level, we're top 4 in the HSEL. So around the GC3 level, I believe, is where both teams fall. So Hooded, this should be a banger of a set.
Oh yeah, and look, not to prop up my guys, say my guys, but my guys even more, but they did also compete in another national tournament in Orlando, EGF, and they won that. And the only thing they really haven't won in my eyes is a Texas Rocket League tournament, because they've been too busy competing in national ones that they go really far in. So, you know, again, I really feel like I mean, I don't know too much about Dixon, but I just feel like Prosper has a great chance here. So
it's gonna be fun. These guys are winners. Prosper is former high school of Iceborg as well. A friend of mine.
Right.
I know he won a time or two while he was competing for Prosper High School. So we're familiar with their successes, and Dixon is well represented well in the Vessel community. And for them, this is the last dance. They were telling me that this is like all 3 of them graduated this past spring. So they're moving on to the next level of competitive Rocket League. Nason, Zoils, and Butters, the trio, competing tonight. So I love the idea of a last dance, because I started in August. I felt like I had to give some teams maybe one last opportunity with their spring and summer roster. So it's gonna be a fun series for both sides, playing for some pride tonight and just showing off their skills.
yeah, it's gonna be really exciting. And I feel like we should also mention Isaiah Snapalicious is going to LCU, so another Texas school.
Nice.
Yeah, he's going to be joining their squad, already a pretty strong squad there too, so a lot of strong players everywhere here.
Yeah, LCU is stacked already. I mean, that's a CRL presence, adding some
Yeah.
homegrown talent as well. So if you don't see the importance of high school competition with just that one story alone, then, I mean, you're going to have to keep digging a little bit deeper, because there are so many stories like that. I mean, seeing all the commitment posts from high school players going to big name colleges and universities. I mean, Bub's going to Missouri, and I can't think of another one off the top of my head, but I promise you, like, aside from my inability to think on my feet while I'm casting, like, there are plenty of stories like that. And so it's good to see. I mean, there are collegiate scholarship opportunities out there just to play and compete with esports, which is what this is for as well, Hood. We got to get these guys scholarships.
Right. We got to get their names out there. I think one name that is out there a little bit, but I'm going to be watching even more today, is Mercy. I feel like, you know, we know about Snap, and I've seen Northward on Twitter a lot, but Mercy, I feel like, is someone that we need to watch. I think he could very easily come out of nowhere here.
All right, well, we're getting into it. Dixon High School in orange, Prosper High School in blue, the second series of the first Bepic High School Showcase is now underway. And I genuinely, again, have no idea if this is going to be a close set, if it's going to be a blowout, what we're going to get. But Mercy's already trying to style on Dixon. We'll see if they let that fly.
Okay. Just immediately on offense, immediately trying to get the clips in. I am loving that. I got a little scared there as we got closer to their blue net there, but I think that's a good sign. I think that's a really good sign for Prosper, and also maybe a good sign for, you know, I feel like I feel like Prosper isn't gonna have it easy, but that's a great sign. Coming in.
Now under pressure, Butters in the corner. Actually got that ball right out in front of the Prosper net. He was quite there to follow before Snapper just got the ball away. Dixon next up, chasing Mercy and the ball down, but Mercy escapes. Get the ball in hand, pops a flip reset past the Snapalicious, who will just plug the corner, set up Apache, and that's how you play Rocket League right there.
That is an excellent team play. 1, 2, 3. Can you just, like, I wish you could see the smile on my face, like, immediately after that. That was beautiful.
And Butters got bumped as well by Snap in the corner. I mean, he had an extra little advantage that was necessary to get the ball. Butters, I think, was going to get in the way of that shot, but he was bumped at the last second, and so Prosper secure their opening goal of this best of 7 of Game 1. Dixon now going to make another save from being 2-0. Prosper really off and running.
Yeah, I will say that, you know, it's not every shot goes in, but the one that has, and the pressure that they're, you know, collecting here is worth noting. I mean, it's really just a lot of orange side. They're barely coming out, barely, you know, sneaking it past Prosper, and it just goes right back to the orange half.
Ball off the ceiling, reflected by Mercy off the back wall. Dixon, we're setting up possession fairly nicely there for a moment, but set the other way by Prosper, and now 2 players just got faked by Snapalicious. He's dancing on the near post and putting Prosper up a pair.
There is a reason this guy has signed to be one of the better teams in Texas here. I mean, just being able to outplay 2 players right on the goal line, make them that awkward that quickly, it's not surprising that you know, I'm rooting so hard for Snap here.
It's exciting to see him still doing it at the high school level, you know, one more time before he does move on and do it for LCU. Another clear found. Mercy on the goal line coming up big for Prosper. And Butters, captain, trying to get it done off the back wall for Dixon, but it's Nason. The powerful flick that gets him out of dodge, slams the pass off the back wall, and a worm burner from Zoils will get Dixon on the board. That placement was pristine.
That really snuck in there. The change up on the speed, it just barely sneaking past. I couldn't have ever stopped that in any of my ranked games. I'm surprised that he was able to do that, but it just goes to show you that this is going to be a good matchup. 2-1 already, half the game left.
See the response from Dixon. I always get worried in show matches like this where I don't have any relative results for these teams. It might get out of hand, but Dixon has shown they can respond, but respond they will have to do again is Snapalicious just soloed his way down the field for a 3rd to add to Prosper's lead.
I think Dixon just needs to kind of get a hold of themselves. I feel like they aren't playing up to their level. I don't know much about them, but I honestly, just looking at them play now, and getting double tapped like that from the ceiling, I feel like they're just slightly misreading their positioning, and it leads to 4-1. Oh my goodness, Mercy! I told you he's one to watch. I mean, I know Snap has been going off even more, but I knew it. I knew that name would be on the scoreboard like that pretty quickly.
Well, that's a wonderful save.
Big save.
Okay, Butters will turn it in. I was concerned for a second because that cut from Nason. Look at this, zigging around the ball with a wave dash. to set up a shot from Zoils that was saved very nicely by Mercy. I don't know how he blocked that, but Butters did clean it up. And Dixon, they are upgrading their level of play, but I mean, at the moment, there's playing good Rocket League, and there's playing at the level that Prosper has come out of the gates with. And Dixon, they are slowly getting to that level of play, it feels like.
Yeah, and speaking of just Nason, I feel like he is immediately the one to take the lead here. Lead Dixon into maybe a better position here. I don't know how they're going to climb out of this 2-goal hole here, but if there is one way, I think it's going to be Nason figuring it out.
Flexed his mechanics a couple of times here in game 1. 90 seconds left. Zoils the ball to the midfield line, but Snap has space in the air, and that is a dangerous idea. Dixon can't let that happen too often, though. Eventually get a handle on the Prosper offense. Trying again in the corner is Mercy. He wants to kickstart it and steal some boost. Puts that ball center, but Nathan's been given now some room to work with in transition. And Butters, they're behind the play again to lob a soft shot on target. That is, again, saved by Mercy. He's got 3 already.
Prosper getting a little safer there, but for a while they were very awkward, although Snap might turn this one around. Isn't able to, but they're very awkward in the corner, all 3 of them. If Dixon can just get them to commit like that again, counterattacks, that's gonna be their game. If they can figure it out in these games, they're gonna score way more often than they have so far. If they can just figure out how to counterattack when Prosper is all bunched up like that.
Snap, good 50. Put a pot shot towards the Prosper net. Gives Mercy some space here. Butters, strong touch out to the side, that he'll be able to field himself. Get that ball mid for Nason, who fires a shot a little bit wide, and that was the final chance for Dixon to get themselves back in game 1. And Prosper ride the wave of a hot beginning to game 1 all the way to victory. We'll start off this best of 7 on the right foot.
Yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better start. Here is some clip collecting here. Can we get one more? No, not able to. I feel that Prosper is going to win this after just game 1.
Well, there's that Texan bias showing. You got no faith in Dixon?
What do you mean Texan bias? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're referring to, actually.
All right.
So I do think that Dixon is going to come out even stronger in game 2. I do feel like they were just a little awkward. I was mentioning their positioning was not great at the beginning of the game, and they kind of started to fix it. They started to see each other on the field. The defense is where I saw it get stronger, more saves coming out. So I do think that they're going to get stronger as the series progresses, but how much time do you really have to do that when you're facing off against this Prosper team who is very offense heavy?
Mm-hmm. I mean, the defense got better, and that's the benefit of the best of 7. I mean, game 1, you get up to speed with your opponent. You lose it, so what?
Right.
I think for Dixon, a lot of their success is going to have to come in transition. They found several opportunities that game when they were counterattacking against Prosper. And I think if they fall into the hole of just throwing the ball away because they assume a Prosper player is going to be in their face challenging them, then Prosper is going to win because they're going to get space, they're going to force Dixon to waste boost, and then it's going to be difficult for Dixon to set up their offense and score. But if they trust themselves in transition, trust their solo playability, play around each other, they'll be all right. But you also got to stop Prosper, who in transition themselves look very good. Here we go again. Snapalicious is fielding a ball off the ceiling, looking for a pre-jumping Apache to start game 2. They're still feeling good.
Oh no, is that Mercy in the, well, he's dead now, but in the cars, oh my gosh, a tire, and here's Apache trying to get through. So I do think that you mentioned it, and we both kind of reacted to it last game. Someone from Dixon gave the ball away, and both of us reacted like, no, you don't want to do that. You want to keep that possession, whether you're giving it to your own teammates or keeping it close. You don't want to throw it away and give it to Mercy like in that instance, because they will run away with the ball and they will keep up that offense that they had last game.
Well, right there, they were forced to give it up by snap of the midfield line, but they do follow it up nicely. Dixon doing defense. Find another clear. Attacking snapped at now with Mason. Take it away, and the ground game is a bit scary, though Mercy in the Lightning McQueen car is going to be shutting down any kind of Dixon counterattack, at least for the time being. Applies some pressure himself. But snap a bit awkward there. Lets the ball get away from him. Pachi, though, has his back. Butters and Nason in the midfield third. Trying to get the ball out to the side with some space, but Prosper finds a couple of gaps, and will be stopped eventually. We're just fighting for possession at the moment, but got a little close for comfort for Dixon.
Yeah, is that the name of the game? Just how much space those gaps, like you mentioned, is finding those gaps the name here for Prosper? Is that how they've won that game one? Is that how they have kept a lot of pressure in game two?
I think they create their own gaps really well with their solo playability. And obviously there are always going to be little spaces, but man, Prosper make them so big when they're able to get through 1-2 players when it's just one guy on the ball. I mean, Mercy right now, I think he's playing with his foot a little bit too much right there, but he got through the first nicely and could have easily gotten through a second. Prosper, this overconfidence is going to come back to bite them sooner rather than later. Butters, great finish off the back wall, and that's just punishing overconfidence.
The mistouch from Mercy, Butters, playing that perfectly. You were right. The overconfidence, if you go up for a ball and you think, oh, I got this is easy clear, and then you just touch it slightly wrong, Butters is going to be there. He's going to be there, and he's going to dunk that down from above the net. What a name.
Now Nason wants to add on to it. Challenging Mercy up in the air, but Lightning McQueen's fast. And he will shut down Dixon in their attempts, adding to their lead. Apache goes back wall. Soils in position. And positioning of Dixon. So far, so good. 2 minutes left in game two, and they will hold on to their 1-goal lead, but snaps on the ball, challenged immediately by Nason, and a pre-jumping Mercy. Again, Prosper playing with their food a bit.
Playing with their food, jumping at every ball. Look at that. I mean, what a great cut in. Mercy trying for the must-be, doesn't go in, leaves it for snap. Who drops it down, his oils just clears it out to an awaiting Apache. They really are jumping at these balls, waiting for that, getting those perfect layers in, and playing with their food, like you said. That is insane. I don't even, what is he doing now? Can someone explain to me what Mercy's thought process was there? Was it, I don't want to score that many goals, or was it, even though we're down by 1, we got this? What was going on?
Yeah, I think the latter seems like what he's thinking. And I don't know. I mean, I can understand doing that sort of thing a little bit later in the series, but Dixon's not a bad team, and if you're disrespecting their ability, you could end up losing this. As Apache and Mercy both go flying past that ball, and Nason is able to slot it. Dixon on the road now to tying up the series.
I've never seen someone play with their food while losing, and now they're down by 2. So let's see if, the gameplay changes just a little bit. And maybe not, as Butters almost sneaks in a third one. This is interesting to see after last game. Dixon up by 2 with nothing from Prosper.
Soils, shot on. The attempt on net goes a little bit high and wide, so Mercy gets room out of the corner, but Zoils again intercepting at the midfield line. Misses on the double off the post, and Nason can't get the read himself to put it in. That gives Prosper a counter that Butters saves off the post. Okay, fair enough. We're using the woodwork now.
I think both teams would really appreciate if Psyonix made the goals just 10% bigger, because both of them have just battered that crossbar in the post there.
20 seconds here. Dixon in control of the ball. It's looking like they should be able to get this lead over the line, but Snapalicious just refueled. That timing is perfect. He'll get the ball away. Put a shot on, that's all he gets. Butters finds a big save as the first challenger, and Dixon confirm game 2 and take their first game of the series.
You know what, playing with their food or not, I have to hand it to Dixon. Honestly, that was a really good game. I think if, Mercy hadn't triple, quadruple backflipped in front of the ball earlier, I still think Dixon would have had this one. Honestly, I think that they had some bangers in there. I don't think that Prosper saw that coming.
And this is a best of 7, which is what Butters meant in chat by best of 3. Full series as Prosper dropped there first. I would like to see them settle down a bit when it comes to the trios of backflips that the Lightning McQueen is doing in the offensive zone, but Dixon, they punished that nicely, and they missed some opportunities. I think that very easily could have been 3-0, 4-0 if Dixon was able to put in some of the chances that went off the post, off the crossbar, whatever it was. But going into Game 3, if we settled out just a bit on both sides, this could be a fun back and forth. But Dixon still has to make sure they're staying on top of that aerial game, because they've looked good themselves when they're on the ball, but in defense, got to make sure they're challenging as soon as possible, which in Game 2 they did quite well.
Yeah, like you said, hopefully they can settle down. Both teams, they are, starting to get at each other. But all good here. I think they are ready for Game 3. I'm ready for Game 3. Now that it's tied up, I honestly want to see both of them just going 100% now. I'm ready for that.
Well, hopefully we get that. Mercy's out of the Lightning McQueen vehicle, and Butters is going off the back wall. No contact made. So Zoils is left to clean up as the third man. He gets a flip reset. Can't get back to the ball, though, and Mercy streaking across the goal line for a double off the sidewall. Again, as switched vehicles. This one a little less flashy. Still just as speedy. Mason given room here, and we know how threatening he can be. On the ground, setting up Zoils for a great end to a great play. 1-0 Dixon.
2 Prosper players in the same area going for that ball, and both of them too slow, bumping into each other. Zoils, honestly, great timing. Great timing to jump for that ball, trusting his teammate to get that pass. And he's up there on the leaderboard. Snapalicious wants one, and he doesn't get it. Back out to the blue half.
Wow, what a save! And Dixon in counterattack mode finds their second. Oh my word! I wish the replay had shown us the block that they found on the goal line, but at least it shows us the finishing touch. Zoils finds Nason, and Dixon are up a pair.
That is quick. That is 2 goals in less than a minute. I'm telling you that Dixon has a fire lit under them after that Game 1. After winning Game 2, here's another one trying to sneak in. All 3 Prosper players in their own corner, jumping at nothing. Nason just trying to set up for Butters, who is a little too slow to react after Apache gets that clear out. But they're still going for it. They're still pushing Prosper on defense. Mercy trying to finally stretch it out, and he just gets it out into the orange half. All of them kind of low on boost. Not a lot of time in the orange half. I see Dixon really going in on this.
See off the side wall. Get the ball to Snapalicious, who's playing ping pong with Butters there for a second. Zoils steps in as the net, stops the ball along its path. Now finds a pass from Nason. Those two are trying to link up as often as possible, but Prosper are going to find a save in that instance. Commit for Dixon now, but Snaps alone in defense. The ball popped over his head as Mercy joined him. Get the ball away, but to an orange car, and that's 3-0. Butters, right place, right time to make it 3 for Dixon.
That's right. Bepic, tell me, does it seem like they are going at 120 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I know high-level gameplay is fast, but this seems extra. This seems like everyone is jumping and using all of their boost as soon as possible. I don't know if that is going to turn around on either of the teams. I don't know if they're going to tire themselves out. Here's another free empty net for Nathan. Almost kind of beans that one, but he gets it. That's 4-0. What is going on?
Great bump. And, I mean, that is just that speed that Prosper is playing with, thrown right back in their face. A great bump as Mercy was playing aggressively as the last man there. And it's a good play against a team that can't punish you like Dixon can, but Mercy will try to get it back, sets up Snapalicious for a rebound. He plays it off the crossbar, and eventually the ball falls in. 4-1, Prosper back in this one.
You're kidding me. I had to look at a different angle for this. 3 Dixon players in the net, and Snap just says, don't worry about this. I got it. Don't even worry. I'm going to sneak it behind you guys. They're both jumping, and I don't care. I don't care. Snap puts it in anyway. 4-1, though. That doesn't seem like a winning strategy. It's waiting 2.5 minutes for your first goal.
I don't know if Prosper was intentionally waiting to get going, but if they were, hey, it'll make for an entertaining second half of Game 3, that's for sure, and a good start. That was a nice finish by Snap, set up by his teammates. Now Mercy's got the ball through one. Can he beat Butters as last man? Not quite, but Prosper now cooking an offense. Snap shot goes a little bit too high, but it took 2 orange cards out of the net. Forced Nason to challenge that ball backwards. So Snap comes in as the next man up. Got a little bit of access to the aerospace, but not the boost to put the ball in. So Dixon find the ball away.
Oh, just barely missing out on that play. Hunting for that last defender is... Uh-oh, it goes the other way. It goes the other way. Mercy getting that from his teammate. Snap hunting for the other player in the defense, and now the lead is just half. I mean, can they continue this? You said, were they waiting? Well, I said, were they waiting the whole time to get another goal? You didn't believe it, but I'm kind of looking like it kind of looked like they were waiting. Here's maybe a third. No, no one's coming in for us or esports. Oh my goodness, Snap. What are you doing? Not the flip set. He's not going to get it. He's not going to get that. Mercy out to center. Apache not quite there. He doesn't want to fully commit. He knows it was going to be just a giveaway on that attempt. He does turn around. Leaves it for Mercy. Leaves it for Snap. One just needs to jump. Oh my goodness, they're actually putting them on defense. Mercy. Top right, Tommy. Oh my goodness.
Looks like they've locked in. Mercy, clean shot. That gets through what was a scattered Dixon defense. Prosper turned up the heat, and Dixon melted a bit right there. Their lead down to just 1 goal. And Snapalicious trying to take it fully away. 50 seconds now. Looks like Prosper is setting up shop in the orange end again. Apache goes back wall. Zoils, though. Nice read there. Clear the zone, and Prosper have to back off for a moment.
Yeah, back off, because they just own gold. Okay, I did mention this in game 1. They all committed from Prosper. Zolos gets it downfield in front of the net, and then what was that? Apache who puts it in his own net.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that counterattack. I have noticed even after scoring 3 goals, Prosper not super sure on who is going when, and that has led to their lead. Yeah, Dixon's lead strengthening 5-3. Only 39 seconds left. I don't know how they can bring this back. I'm not saying I don't believe in them, but it is looking scary.
They scored 2 in about this span earlier when they were cutting. It was a 4-goal lead, down to just 1. This is an opportunity now for Dixon off the sidewall. Butters can waste a lot of time right here. Attacked by Snap very early on. Apache went up as well, and that leaves a bit of a gap defensively. That Prosper will close, and then have reopened again with the demo. Apache taken out as he's on the ball, though Mercy salvages the play. It's the ball past 1, pops it high, but time just not on Prosper's side. Dixon, off the back of a hot start, will confirm their second game of the set. Take a 2-1 series lead.
Do I need to go get the cowboy hat? Is that what needs to happen? Do I need to go get my cowboy hat? And
they need some inspiration?
Yeah, go full. Do I need to get in the lobby and play for one of them? No. Wow. 2-1 in the series, Dixon. I'm telling you, they had a fire lit under them. I didn't believe that they were like going to be worse. I just thought that it would be a little closer. And I mean, 5-3 is not that bad. So I do see them coming into that next game. Prosper, I do see them, you know, maintaining that speed, but being able to position themselves better.
Well, game 4. The players are chatting now about the alpha boost. Who has alpha boost in the
Mercy.
lobby? He's okay. Mercy has alpha boost from Too Fast. There's your interesting fact for the day that I've just learned from the in-game chat.
Yeah, another Texas player. Too Fast.
All right, there you go. That's honestly sick. You don't see too many high school players with alpha boost, but he's got the skills to like be rocking that. If you have alpha boost in a lobby, that's gonna draw eyes on you, and if you mess up, like if you're just playing ranked, you're gonna get flamed. So I mean, Mercy's got the skills to be playing with alpha boost in Rocket League, that's for sure.
Oh, there's one sneaking in for Snap. Speaking of Prosper, I don't even see how that goes in 99% of the instances, but all 3 Dixon players combining to let that one sneak in. First team to score has been winning these last few games, so see if that stays the same or if that changes. Here's Apache sneaking another one in, just barely from that pass from Snap. That's 2 up already, 4.5 minutes left to go. That's a lot of time to change this. Last time Dixon scored 5, but it's not a good sign if you're Dixon. I mean, you immediately get dunked on twice. That's not great. One of them being themselves. So let's see if they can turn this around.
Mason has boost here. Gets through Snapalicious as well. No extra touch, however. Apache. A couple of bounces off the side wall, and no one with real control until Mercy takes over. In the Fennec now. That's an indication of him taking this a little bit more seriously as he musties the ball into the back of the Dixon net. My word, what a display of talent.
He said, yeah, let me be Lightning McQueen, let me be the Endo. Now it's serious. I'm going to be farming clips. This is for impressions on Twitter. I need you to understand that.
That's worthy. That's worthy of a Twitter clip right there. That's and he's trying again. He wants more musties. Just rack them up while he's here in prime time in the high school showcase. Unbelievable. 3-0, Prosper. Right back to it, almost making it 4-0. It's a nice block by Nason, but the damage has been done. Dixon has a long way to go now in game 4, and Nason, he has a miss of his own.
Yeah, I hope that Dixon don't get scared from that. I don't think that they really have to worry too much. They know that they have the capability, even with Mercy popping off like that, even with Prosper, getting that speed back up. It doesn't matter. I do think that Dixon still has a great chance, even in this game. With that almost dunked by Nason, they still have a chance. I don't think that they're really out of this, even with 3-0.
No, they're setting up shop. I mean, good pressure at the moment. That's a great pre-jump block by Apache. And it sets up Snapalicious to run down the sidelines. Follow-up is important now. It could get Prosper out of defense after Dixon looked so good, setting themselves up in the blue ends. Can't find anything for it, though. Prosper, that's for the time being, but now they've got an opportunity to really get the ball away. Apache in a 1v1, flicks the ball back wall. Butters to control things out of defense. Control things he does. Great positioning, great out for Dixon. Really an opportunity on net there, but defense holding firm for Prosper. Zoils can't break him down. They are still on a big goose egg thanks to several huge stops out of the Prosper defense.
I figured out why Prosper has started trying at 110% again as they try to get another goal in. It's because Prosper United Esports is in the Twitch chat.
Got him
rooting
straight.
them on. Yeah, they said, hey guys, you need to start figuring this out. You can't be down in the series. You need to at least tie it up right now. Yeah, so here's a flip reset from Apache, who I've not seen much gameplay from him, but in this series, he seems like a strong player. I know that Dixon is going to have to watch out for all 3 of them. They can't rely on just demoing one or demoing, Snap and Mercy. They have to watch all 3 of them when they have the ball. They can't give the ball away like that.
Apache. A chance there. Quick hit. Get that ball on target immediately, but Prosper now find themselves in a good position to hold on to offense for a little while. Butters takes that ball away, got in the middle of an attempted pass. Find half a clear and sent right back to that Dixon end by Apache, who steals some boost as well in the corner, picking the pockets of the Dixon defense. Mason having to follow up on this ball now, waiting to see what Mercy and Snapalicious do. They combine. Tracked it though. Got in the way of the shot. Prosper going back and forth. They don't even need a fourth goal right now. They're just wasting time, taking their 3-goal lead they earned very early on to the bank, and, well, they will still add on to it with a goal by Snap.
Man, Dixon just getting boost starved, getting out pressured. I see all of them on their half, all of them on their goal line. None of them being able to jump up and match the speed and the stability from Prosper when they're on offense there. You need to start the conversation now. You know, you have 40 seconds. You could technically bring this back to 4 goals, but realistically, you need to just start talking about next game. You know what? Tell me what they need to do for this next game to be able to, make sure that this doesn't happen again. They did probably feel great after last game, but what do they need to change so that this can't happen again?
It's a lot of minor things. I mean, Prosper, I think, very obviously has the mechanical advantage over Dixon, and so challenging the Prosper guys as soon as they get a little bit of space in the air, making sure you're staying home, expecting shots wherever they may come from is important. It's like a lot of small leaks in the boat. You patch one, you still got a lot to shore up. I mean, Dixon, they were able to find 2 games in a row. They took advantage of some openings Prosper's defense gave them, and they'll get one off kickoff. Nicely done. But in defense, they really have to find a way to somehow stop what Prosper is throwing at them.
Look, I know Johnny Boy isn't going to be here in Texas for another month, but for now, I'm going to talk about kickoffs because maybe that's one change, one small leak that they can fix is these kickoffs. I don't see that, being the biggest reason that the game is 5-1, but maybe, like I said, they're talking about the next game. They're saying, what do we need to change? And it's just, hey, let's try that. Getting a goal off kickoff. That's a small, thing to fix, but if you can fix anything, you might as well go for these kickoffs. Try to fix them. Try to see anything that they can change. Yeah. Figure this out.
I mean, it's always easier to play with a lead. If you come out, grab the first 30 seconds of pressure thanks to a good kickoff, maybe you find something there, and you got 2 games. You're halfway to winning this series, and if you could just find a way to scrap your way out of games 5 and 6, then that's a series win against a very good Prosper team. No matter what transpired during the best of 7, you emerge victorious out of the show match. But Prosper, if they play like they did in the last game, I mean, they're popping off. I mean, we can talk about what Dixon can change to take games in this series, but Prosper was popping off last game. Though that is a goal immediately, just a simple shot from Zoils finds a gap.
Yeah, we both mentioned this. Just starting off with the lead, instantly makes your entire game better. You're playing with more confidence, and you're playing from in front. We've seen professional players get 1 goal and then win entire series, just 1 goal each game. Dixon doesn't need to do much. They just need to keep that pressure off of them. With 1 goal lead, I don't think that they need to be trying to out-mechanics to them. You said that Prosper has the mechanical advantage. Dixon doesn't need that anymore. I mean, if they have a lead, they don't need to be hitting the same muskies that Mercy's hitting. They do need to get that away from their net, though. Okay, Soils barely able to catch that. Mason, you're gonna have to play with this. He isn't able to get it past Mercy, but that's pressure. That's good. That's good positioning. That's way to jump for that ball. Way to stop the ball. Mason on the goal line. Jesus. Okay. Mercy is not playing around. So, as you can see, Mercy going 110%, like I said earlier. This is still a series. It's tied up. It's still anyone's game. I just so happen to be rooting for Prosper.
Well, they're playing quick, but somehow Nason made a couple of big stops on the goal line. The rest of Dixon coming up clutch with just playing toe ball right now against Prosper's offense. Any kind of piece of car in between the ball and the net, which they could not do right there. Mercy finally gets his goal in this one. He's been hunting for forever here. Lots of tight shot, and that was a missile from that close to the orange net.
Here's one thing Prosper does with that speed is that they force you to do what they want you to do. They force you to get the hits they want you to do. On the goal line, I don't know who it was, but getting that miss hit just to pass it to Mercy from the orange corner is all in thanks to Prosper's speed. It's not just a misplay. It's not just a miss hit from Dixon. It's Prosper going so fast that they force you to play their game. I don't know if Dixon has a game plan coming into the series, but they need to get back to it. Prosper's on there.
Yeah, I don't know honestly either, because this is the last dance for Dixon, as these three have graduated, as I mentioned at the beginning of this show, playing together one last time for finishing second in the state of North Carolina's competition, the Rocket League. And I wouldn't be surprised if they just came into this, wanted to have some fun, which they've had. I mean, this has been an entertaining series. They have showed why they are top 2 in North Carolina, but Texas top 4 in the HSEL last season. I said Texas, not Prosper, but they're a good representation of Texas Rocket League. These guys can cook.
These guys can cook, and we're out here in Texas. We are cooking some barbecue. Prosper up by 1, half the game left, so Dixon doesn't need to worry too much other than this from Mercy coming in. You're kidding. You're joking. Okay, I lied. This is now the Texas Rocket League, bias stream. Look at this from Mercy. How do you play against that? What do you do? You can't. They came off the wall. They came out from the ceiling. They had a 4th player. I don't even know if you noticed. Dixon had 5 players, and they still couldn't stop Mercy. They didn't actually, but.
Yeah, to answer your question, you have to be very, very, very good to stop Mercy. And not everyone is up to that task 24/7. Dixon, unfortunately for them, not right there. Down by 2. Prosper have come roaring back here. Have 2 minutes left to get this lead. Across the finish line. They're still looking to add on to it. They hit the 5 mark in the last game. I'm surprised if they're looking for that again. Apache's just beat another in the corner. They get through Zoils, though. Stops the ball on the near side. Mercy looking Edu now on the rock. Flip reset going laterally. And Zoils stops that play before it even begins. So Prosper right back in offense. They'll look to work for their 4th.
I keep seeing on Dixon just one player with over 50 boosts, and I don't know which side of the ball that is, which side of the field is making sure that continues, but I feel like that's just yet another aspect of why. Oh, nice save from Mercy. Why Prosper is able to keep them so deep into that orange half.
Oh,
here's another one, just sneaking past. Oh, it's so awkward.
That's so difficult to read.
Yeah, their chances on offense and defense just lead to the last few seconds before the goal is just, I'm awkward, and I can't hit this, and then it just goes in. Or even worse, you set up the ball for your teammate and they can't jump up to hit it into the other team's net. Dixon really struggling with just finishing the play on either side. Except in this exact moment after curse, Nason says, no, this one's mine.
That was perfect finishing. I mean, had 2 blue cars right in front of it and just barrels through the one that had a chance on the ball. Nice play. Mason steps up big to give Dixon a breath of life here at the end of Game 5. Prosper still in full control, I feel, but Dixon have an opportunity. Final minute, 2 goals are possible, and that's Nason again stepping up to cut the lead down to 1. 44 seconds left to play, and Dixon knocking on the doorstep.
This guy is everywhere. He just outplayed the entire Prosper team from one side of the field to the other. I swear there's 3 of him. Nason, is not letting this go. He's not making this easy. He's not letting them just go down without a fight. Again, once again in the blue half, Mercy coming up to save his teammates from that defensive position. Coming out. Snap getting stopped. Foils ready for that pass, but Apache ready to stop it.
Way to go over Nason as well. What a passing play.
Prosper.
Prosper.
Hit 5 again.
I think they have put this game to bed with a wonderful pass out from Apache to Mercy, and that applied enough pressure on Dixon's transition defense that Snap just moved on in, said, I'll take this lane, the net, thank you very much. And yeah, you're right, they hit 5 again. Prosper, a lot of goals in the last couple of wins for them, and unless Dixon finds something right now, which I don't think they're going to, Prosper are going to find themselves match point in our best of 7 show match.
Oh my goodness, this is why I'm here. This is why I knew I needed to be here. I needed to watch greatness, okay? This is USA against France in the Olympics today. Prosper getting he's just one game away from getting that goal.
Yeah.
I am so ready. Dixon, can you bring anything back from this? I don't know if they can do it.
They'll have to find something special. I mean, Nason has been the guy to step up at times when it's felt like Dixon is down. But Zoils and Butters, they're right place, right time merchants. I mean, Zoils has had several good looks in transition. In defense, that game got 5 saves, albeit on 16 shots that Prosper put on. But regardless, they each have their role that they're playing. And if they can piece it together for a full game, then maybe they can send us to a game 7, but they have to do it now when Prosper is looking so good. They've stepped up big time, had that lapse in between games 2 and 3 where I don't know if they were playing their best. It was looking a little goofy at times, but they have since locked back in and have looked the part of the best team in this show match, though Dixon have had glimpses themselves.
That's right, Nason especially with the glimpses. I mean, just last game it seemed like he was everywhere on the field. He was getting every touch. He is that first man that is really going to be dangerous if you let up. If Mercy goes back to quadruple backflipping in front of the ball instead of getting a hit, then Nason is going to find that gap. And a little move up from Prosper there, but they still get the ball to safety for one moment. Yeah, they get the ball to safety. That's something that Dixon is really going to have to fight in this game 6. I mean, the speed of Prosper. The double demoing each other. This is Dixon's game to lose, I feel.
At the moment, it makes sense as they lose and they are out of this show match. They cannot emerge victorious. So that's their 4th. Nason trying to get them out in front early on. Butters turning here at the midfield line. Took him a second, but able to pop the ball up for Nason to field. Mercy in the corner now. Has plenty of boost in hand and is challenged immediately by Zoils. Dixon realizing the importance of those fast challenges, and it results in extended possession for them. Now it's still a puzzle to keep that possession they have earned, but doing well. They get the ball out in front for Zoils to finish, and he emphatically puts that shot home to give Dixon a lead.
He is up as early as you can ask him to be. He sees his teammates just absolutely bullying Prosper. Like I said, Nason, that first man, Zoils, that third man waiting. You saw him get 5 saves last time. This time he's just waiting for that perfect opportunity to strike. He may have another one as Butters tries to put it in the middle here. Back to Butters. We are now in a territory we've seen before, but not for a while. Dixon is in the lead.
Good read. He gets back to that ball. He played off the ceiling. Nicely done. Quick thinking in defense. Prosper still in defense. Dixon have maintained control of possession very nicely over the last 45 seconds. And Nason moves in to try and end possession with a goal rather than a clear. But he will be unsuccessful that time around. His snap finds it big save on the goal line. That time a big touch up, and Apache gets in to help out as well on the back line. Prosper, they're backed up, but they are not out, making great plays in defense, and Apache almost turned in a somewhat open net in transition, but Zoils back just in time to save.
Yeah, it seems like they're still on the speed. They're still hitting the right positions. They're just getting a little bit more of awkward touches here on Prosper. Like that one handed to Butter, but he isn't able to transition too quickly. From the ceiling, trying to pass it, he just gives it to Apache though. I feel like Dixon playing a little bit more confidence, being able to not worry about being down goals. Here is a mistouch and misplay, but we're still heading towards the goal. Nason, oh my goodness, the mechanics on this guy. His car controls are different. Okay, he's playing with a different controller that doesn't exist yet. How did he do that?
I mean, weaving through traffic like it's nothing. Even reading that Zoils missed hit at the midfield line. He sticks with the play and ends up converting on it himself. 2-0 Dixon. And Prosper still in danger of conceding again, even off kickoff. It's been a minute since they have played substantial offense. And they have 100 seconds now to turn on the Jets, lest we see Game 7. I mean, we know they're capable of it, Hooded. We have watched them pull strings of goals out of nowhere in strings of 30 to 60 seconds. So, final 90 of Game 6, they gotta do it soon.
This is the longest I've ever seen Prosper not score since like. And they're not really getting that many shows showing that. A lot of them are back after the field. I'm honestly excited for that game. I mean, it just sounds entertaining to me, even though I'm rooting for them. Non-biased.
Yeah.
So I always am. I am rooting for that Game 7 Mercy is actually rooting for that comeback to this game. 48 seconds. Finally, get a Trout or a Prosper there.
I think Mason was forced to panic by Apache. He was just thinking, I gotta get this ball away. Gotta get it away immediately. And Mercy says thanks in chat as he was gifted a goal right there. Right place, right time. Although, I think that was more so calculated with Apache trying to get that ball mid. Nason just helped out a bit. And now Apache again is on the ball in transition, though Dixon handled it a little bit better. Nason still playing that ball perfectly, though Prosper do have to back off for the final 30 seconds.
Yeah, the final 30 seconds is going to be nail-biting because I don't see how Prosper bring this back, but it's Prosper, so I really shouldn't be surprised if they get another goal in the next 12 seconds.
Oh, that's
it does go in their net, though. Butters, a perfect 50, and if I didn't know any better, we'd be going to Game 7.
Yeah, I think unless we see some kind of craziness out of the Prosper camp, we are going to Game 7. That's a crazy goal to put this game to bed. And we'll see what Prosper gets off a kickoff. Nason is first on it, and I guess Prosper are prepared for Game 7 as they are doing that in their own box. And we are going to a final game to see who wins the final show match of the night.
Butters is ready. Butters says, no, put this on the ground. We're not carrying this. We are getting to Game 7, like you said. I cannot have asked for a better showcase here. Can you ask for anything more other than like an overtime in this Game 7? That is beautiful.
Hopefully we get it. We had an overtime to open up the night, but since then we have yet to step foot in extra time since then. So Game 7 coming up. And Mercy left again and rejoined again. I'm expecting a card change for probably the 9th time in this series. But moving into Game 7, Prosper High School versus Dixon High School. So some of the best in the nation, some of the best in their state at the high school level, doing battle. Texas and North Carolina putting on a show for us tonight. And Snap wants to take that show off the sidewall, but this is the race to the ball, and it's Zoils instead, almost beginning us with a bang.
All right, what what do you say to Dixon? You know Prosper has the capability to just win this 5-1, but what do you say to Dixon? What do you tell them? You know, what's the one thing you say to just make sure that they get past the finish line here?
Lock in and have fun. I mean, Game 7, strategy-wise, I'd have to be like watching from an analytical perspective the whole time. But I mean, have fun with it. First and foremost, which I think these guys are. They've been saving each other and great passing each other when they mess up on the field. So they're having a good time. It's just a matter now of execution, making sure you are up to the task. And Prosper stopped twice, once by the post, second by Nason, and Zoils will get the ball away. It's been a chaotic first minute of Game 7.
It's have fun meta all the way. You're so right. It's have fun meta.
Yeah.
They just need to, you said lock in, but honestly, they're just, have fun meta is totally different. It's jumping just to hit Mercy up in the air. Yeah, this is going to be a great Game 7. I'm ready.
He had no boost right there, and he feels up in the corner. But that meant a win for Nason, and all of that is for naught, I think, because that's an open net for Stepalicious to put in. Dixon overextended just a hair too much, and Apache and Snap there to punish.
Yeah, the transition, Snap just waiting downfield. Apache knew exactly what to do. Snap just waiting for that hit off of the post there. 1-0 to Prosper is not where you want to start this game if you're Dixon, but they still have those 3 minutes. Here's another one going towards net. Zoils again getting a save. An empty net missed by Mercy. There's a little shock there for you, but it's okay.
Yeah, a little bit wide on that open net attempt, and Dixon will look to punish that mistake. A chaotic minute has come and gone in Game 7. Mercy, a chance for redemption here. Will flick the ball over Nason, try to get it over Zoils, but unsuccessful. Snapalicious, his turn. See what space he can generate going into offense. Mercy set up for a shot. Zoils finds a save, and that was on the outskirts of the range of saves counted by the Rocket League client. He stopped that very early on.
Yeah, oh, there's a little bump to clear the space. Apache giving it to Butters, though. Snap and Mercy colliding a little bit. Not sure who to go. Mercy ends up just trying to still reach that ball. Pass it out to Snap. Nason able to stop it. But Apache's up. Once again, Dixon stopping it near the goal line. Mercy with a flip reset just to pass it out to Snap, who gets stopped again by Nason. He is really on this. He is the other way. Oh my goodness. Both teams trying their hardest just to get that last touch that goes in. Snap! The redirect right past, oh my goodness, right past the Dixon defense. That is insane to me. That is the kind of play I came here for.
Oh yeah.
That is television. That's cinema. That's beautiful.
What a last touch that was. Snap, unbelievable display to put Prosper up by 2. Mercy wants to make it 3. Get a light touch that counts as the shot. Nason credited with a save. Will get the ball away. Chain dash. Needs some speed, but no boost given. Now that's a miss. More space given. Nason across the blue box is met by 2 blue cars jumping for it. Shows you the respect he commands, but Prosper successful in that defensive stint and will keep their 2-goal lead intact.
Something tells me if Nason ended up getting that boost, he would have scored there. I mean, he has the capability. He just needed a little extra to get past the defense. It was strong, though. Can't say that it would have been easy, but I feel like if he had just, 20 boosts, it would have been over for Prosper.
Mercy's slow playing down the sideline, though. Attacked nicely by Dixon. Apache follows up the play nicely. Looking for a snap now. Trying to rip a shot on. Nason won't allow it. 60 seconds left. Dixon have to turn this defense into offense immediately. Instead, it's turned into a Snapalicious shot. Saved by Nason. Royals chasing down Mercy. It allows for a dish. No contact made on the shot. And Prosper able to coax the ball to safety. Now into Snap's hands towards Mercy. Got an extra touch on the ball, but there's no boost in the tank of Prosper at the moment. Apache moves in with a nearly full tank. And despite all that, the ball really doesn't go much of anywhere. Dixon will try again out of the defensive half.
28 seconds and possibly a goal. 26 seconds, up by 3. Can we just stop the camera?
I think we might. I don't think we need to be stop the timer. Like, I think Prosper has this on lock. Like, they've been showing great control in this game. Their defense has given up space at times to Dixon. There have been a couple of close calls, but that big old 0 on the board, I think, speaks for itself. Prosper have stepped up when they needed to in this best of 7. It's been sketchy at times. Hasn't always been perfectly clean Rocket League, but they will win in Game 7 and take their show match in our high school showcase over Dixon. And what an entertaining best of 7 that was.
Yes, sir, Prosper. They know how to bring it. They know how to win. And they know how to put on a show, clearly. With the ball finally touching the ground, Prosper in 7, an ecstatic 7, I should add, is the winner.
And there you go.
GG's all around.
Your Texas boys got their victory.
Nice. And I didn't even need to bring out the cowboy hat. Clearly, they just had it in them the whole time. And no bias from me, but they really do know how to put on the show, clearly.
Yeah, they were that good. Didn't even need the hooded Mexican cowboy hat buff. Fair enough. Exactly. Maybe we'll get another Texas team on sometime that will need it, just for the sake of showing the cowboy hat off on stream. But that does it for the night. It was a short first high school showcase. Next week's is going to be a lot longer. I've had a lot of teams that I asked to compete tonight. Now we're like, we can compete on the 17th, not the 10th. So be on the lookout for more phenomenal high school Rocket League. If tonight was any indicator, then next week is going to be even more fun, as the school year is just about to begin for a lot of schools across the country. So we got to show off the esports programs in the US. Maybe we'll expand beyond that eventually, but it was a good night. Hooded, thanks for joining me, man.
Thanks for having me, dude. This is so exciting. Always to be on the Bepic casts. These are awesome. Thank you so much for this, and thanks for the whole showcase. I mean, this is fun to watch even before I got on here. It was sick.
Heck yeah.
Thank you.
It's a good start to the series that I hope will last a while. Shout out to Mercy in chat. Big Wade as well. How you doing, Wade? I love you right back. Shout out to Prosper and everyone that watched tonight. I am going to toss a raid someone else's way, so make sure you stick around just a little bit longer to keep the love going. Looks like Pyro J's live. He was cast in the Uni Rocketeers World Championship earlier today, so he's playing some Valorant. Go show him some love. He's a good friend of mine. But thank you to everybody that competed tonight, that casted, you included, Hooded, that watched or showed support in any possible way. I can't do it without you. And I'll see you on Tuesday for Tuesday Night Lights. Much love from Bepic, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.